Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this gorgeous piece of EDC lighting equipment is the Jetbeam E26 Kunai. It's a flashlight, it's got white light, UV, and a laser. It's got a 1700 milliamp fast charge USB-C lithium polymer battery here. It's got a tail switch, and it's got a thumb switch with the different settings. Now, it's got a couple other features let's take a closer look at, but first, why a flat flashlight? Now, I really like the flat designs. We've been having round flashlights forever, primarily because that was the shape of batteries. But even this one here, if you look, this is a AA flashlight, and it actually is thicker than this Jetbeam here. That's not unusual. The evolution of these lights is still wide open. One that does still have my interest, but I don't have it, is the Surefire Stiletto. Came out, it was a little over $100. Then they came out with the Stiletto Pro, and it went to $200 and some, and now there's the Stiletto Pro Pro 2. And that one is over $300, and it still doesn't have the lumens that this does, nor UV, nor a laser. And it doesn't come in orange, so there's that. But anyway, let's take a closer look at this thing. Let's start up front. We have got a mineral glass lens, fully sealed. This has an IPX8 rating, even though it's got an uncovered USB port. There's no reason really to cover these if you can clean them out, but you know, those little rubber tabs tend to fall away, and then you've got egress, so why not build them like this with no cover needed? This little thing here is actually the, I'll show you, it's the battery indicator. Got it on green there. It goes obviously green, orange, red. On the front end, there's 4 little bumps here. Those are zirconia ceramic beads embedded into the bezel, that, or the bezel. I always say it wrong. But anyway, those are designed for breaking glass. So that's a great feature. You don't have to have, you know, some super aggressive front end, but you still can shatter glass with the thing. Excellent indexing. You know where it is in your hand. It makes sense when you pick it up. Things line up. On the front end here for the switch, you've got a full lock. When you hit that, nothing works. Okay, and there's a nice solid detent feel to this. This is the white light, and if you hold that down, you will cycle through all 4, which are 15, 300, 700, and 2000. One more, you go to the UV. This UV output here is 365 nanometers, for those interested. And then there is a green laser, and the spec on that is 512 nanometers, you know, deep in the green. Here's some beam shots of this thing outside, just pointing at a grassy field here. You can see cycling through the different levels from 15 lumens all the way up to 2000. The ultraviolet here, the UV, has a pretty good reach. If you've got things that'll fluoresce under UV, it does an excellent job of it. Here's the laser. The laser actually has a really strong coherent beam. I mean, they're supposed to, but sometimes they aren't round at distance in certain with certain laser lights. But I can switch back and forth through these. They stay on. Now, on the tail cap, I can hit that to get my full, whoops, got to turn it on here, hit that, get my full 2000. If I do it quick, I can get a strobe, and I can either have the strobe stay on by depressing that all the way, or I can just hold it for the strobe use. So I can do intermittent strobe, which is kind of nice, because sometimes you don't want to click it on fully. What else? Well, the 1700 milliamp battery in this gives it up to a 65-hour runtime, which is a lot more than many other lights. The fit, the feel, the color, the price. Well, what's the price? Price is about $89. Now, Jetbeam makes many very good and some very expensive flashlights, but sometimes the couple of main flashlight companies really suck up all the oxygen online and on YouTube, so we don't see quite as many of the others. But I want to bring this to your attention because it is another evolution in the bar or flat light that is the next step, I think. You know, sometimes you could see, you know, Nightcore's exploring with the tail, a multifunction tail switch, the flick, because that's such a natural thing with the Streamlight wedge, but you can't leave it on. I mean, there's little things. The Olight, excellent, doesn't have a mechanical lock is one, has their own proprietary charging is another, but they still make just some outstanding lights. But that manual lock I really like because I have burned my pockets, melted clothes. And now, you know, Olight is also working on really smooth melted feature ones, simple design with a rotating head. So there's still a lot of stuff going on. We're still figuring this out. I guess it's this one. But I'm glad Jetbeam is really exploring this. There are a couple of different versions of it. This name, the E26 Kunai, that's how I learned it. That's how I've heard it in Hawaii, but I guess people also say kunai or kina or something. The Kunai is actually a Japanese gardening tool, and it was modified into a weapon like lots of things were. You know, that's where, you know, things like nunchaku for, you know, beating grain, or the you know, police carry a baton with a handle. That was an old grindstone handle, you know, that you'd spin. So back in the day, you had to modify your weapon. So might as well take a little gardening trowel and turn it into a knife you can throw with 4 sides or something. But anyway, I digress. So there it is. Is it a good solid light, easy to carry, easy to function, no big complex things, fully featured? Absolutely. Just gorgeous. Plus you can break glass with it. It's kind of a nice feature. I haven't tried it yet. But anyway, so there it is. The Jetbeam E26 Kunai. Outstanding. And with that, Doc out.